So I finally got 1,000 subscribers and it changed my life. Hey, I just got 1,000 subscribers. Baby, I got 1,000 subscribers. I have 1,000 subscribers. Hey baby, I got 1,000.
Shut the hell up.
So you're here to see how getting 1,000 subscribers changed my life. Well, I'm going to be honest, it really didn't. I'm still broke. My videos are still getting a humbling amount of views. I'm not even monetized yet. So while it didn't change anything externally, as ugly people like to say, it's the inside that counts, right? What's going on, everybody? My name is John Burt. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and therapist extraordinaire. And welcome to another session with The Chocolate Therapist. In today's session, I'm going to be talking about the impact that getting 1,000 subscribers had on me and why it single-handedly stopped me from quitting YouTube. I'm also going to talk about the future of this channel. But first, let's talk about how I got 1,000 subscribers. As much as I'd like to say that I got my first 1,000 subscribers by believing in myself, putting my nose down on the grindstone, and continuing to make quality content that resonated with my audience, that didn't actually happen. You see, it's been almost a full year since I released my last video. And when I released that last video, I only had about 300 to 400 subscribers. The video I released was my life's work, a 1-hour video on the topic of death anxiety. I had just turned 30 and was dealing with the morbid realization that I was aging and getting old. And with that realization came this one. I'm going to die one day. So to deal with this, I made a video I felt that a lot of people could relate to about death anxiety. I was so excited to release this video to the masses because it was going to change so many people's lives and help them become more aware of what it means to live a fulfilling life. I had put months of research, filming, and editing into this video, and I just knew that this video was going to bust it wide open, bring my audience to their knees, and have them begging me for more.
Oh, no,
Come on, you gotta go! Well, none of that actually happened. My video bombed, and so did my motivation to create along with it. That shit was actually kind of depressing now I think about it. And I think anyone who creates can relate to that feeling of being proud of something that they've worked so hard on creating, being excited to show it off to others, and then not quite resonating at all with your audience in the way that you hoped. That shit's kind of humbling and will have you questioning yourself, your self-worth, and if all the work you're putting into YouTube is actually worth it. And that's exactly what happened to me. So in response, I took some time away from creating to lick my wounds, gather myself, and do some reflection. I think everyone who's in their early days of doing YouTube knows about that depressing grind of trying to reach your first 1,000 subscribers. Nobody's watching your shit, you're broke, and you spend so much time and get so little in return. Again, that shit is depressing. But here's the thing. It's not like I wasn't well aware that it would take a lot of time and effort to make it on YouTube. I had prepared myself for that hustle, but I learned a valuable lesson. Knowing something and experiencing something are two totally different realities. Me knowing that it's gonna take a lot of time and effort to make it on YouTube is completely different than actually suffering through all that time and effort required to make it. And one can only feel invalidated, broke, and insecure for so long. So let me stop you right there. Some of you might be hearing me say this, and you're saying to yourself, this man still has a lot to learn about relying on external validation and the opinion of others in order to feel good about himself. And let me stop you right there again. I'm all about self-love and knowing your self-worth independent from how others might see you, but let's not kid ourselves. I'm not ashamed to admit that there's something magical about external validation. Breaking that 1,000 subscriber threshold was validating. You all know how good it feels to be acknowledged, supported, and respected by others. That shit feels delightful. But my problem at this point was that I wasn't getting any of that validation. And this is the moment I found out that I'm not as resilient as I thought I was. And I think a lot of you guys are just like me. I truly think that in order to make it on YouTube, receiving supportive validation is a vital ingredient that has to be experienced at least a little bit in order to keep my motivational juices flowing. Having people comment, subscribe, or simply just watch your videos is encouraging. But again, I wasn't getting much of any of that. So I decided to rethink my YouTube career, and I took a bit of time to reflect on if I really wanted to continue to put so much time and effort into creating videos. But it was in that time away that something magical started to happen. So magical that it convinced me to return back to creating videos. As of today, I posted my last video a year ago on February 27th, 2023. I posted a couple of shorts here and there, but I completely stopped posting my long form content. Well, a couple of months later, around July, I had 2 videos, one short and one long form, that started to gain some traction. And when I say traction, I'm not talking crazy numbers. I'm talking about having a video average somewhere between 100 to 200 views a day. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of views. But to a small channel like myself, this was big. And it's nothing that I've ever experienced before. I was skeptical though. I thought that this wouldn't last that long. It was going to be short-lived. But sure enough, to this day, I'm still getting those consistent views, which means for the first time in my channel's history, the algorithm had picked up 2 of my videos, so I'm starting to get a consistent stream of views. And that shit feels great. Alongside those views, I also started to see a consistent amount of comments, likes, and of course, subscribers. Back at that point, I'm just watching my numbers going up slowly but surely. Before I knew it, I had 1,000 subscribers on October 25th, 1,100 subs on November 14th, 12 on December 4th, 13 on January 2nd, 14 on January 16th. At the time of making this video, I'm hovering around the 1,500s. Anyway, now that you're all caught up, this gets us to the point of this video. How did reaching 1,000 subs change my life? Let me tell you guys something. There's something magical about reaching 1,000 subscribers. It feels like such a breakthrough. I'm ashamed to admit it, but it felt so validating. I feel a little cockiness starting to flow through my veins. Shit, I'm basically an influencer now. I got something to say and people want to, wait, hold on. No. People need to listen to my words. So corny. So this brings us to the here and now. I've gotten my external validation, but what am I going to do with it? Let's talk about the future of this channel. And to do that, I want to talk about 2 things for the rest of this video. The therapy YouTube space and my plans for this channel moving forward. First, let's talk about the therapy YouTube space. It's dominated by white women. And before I move on, don't get me wrong, I love me some white women. In fact, my wife is white. But let me be clear, I also love all shades of women. I love me some chocolate women. I love me some Latinos as well, muy caliente.
You're married.
Sorry, baby.
You're married to check you.
I even love me some Asian women too, konnichiwa.
That was racist.
That's not racist. Is it racist?
Yeah.
I even love men, but not in a gay way. Nothing wrong with that. The point I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make right now is I love everyone.
So cringy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, before I get my ass canceled.
Or your wife leaves you.
The therapy YouTube space is a small space, but if I'm going to be honest, it's dominated by white voices. Again, nothing wrong with white people doing their thing and educating the masses, but there's a void of black voices in the therapeutic space that I'm hungry to fill. To me, where the therapy YouTube space stands is that it can be a little boring, a little bland. It needs a little bit more seasoning. Don't get me wrong, I love me some mayo.
This is the best stuff.
But sometimes I need a little hot sauce. You get what I'm trying to say? There really aren't a lot of black therapists in general, let alone on YouTube. Especially black men. Can you hand me your phone? Ow. I just looked it up right now, and black people make up about 4% of all therapists in the United States. That's unfortunately low, and unfortunate in general, because if anyone needs therapy, it's black people. I'm not saying that we're crazy or anything. I'm just saying that the generational trauma we've experienced has to be healed. And I think I have a part to play in that healing. My goal in making this channel was always to bring some personality, some humor, and dare I say a little swagger when it comes to educating people on the topics of mental health. Therapy is fun. Mental health can also be fun. But the presentation I see when it comes to talking about topics of mental health, it's always presented in such a bland and boring way. So it's my goal to add a little spice, to put a little stank on the therapy YouTube space. And that first goal brings us to my second goal. What are my plans for the channel moving forward? Well, I have some big plans for YouTube. I can be a little delusional, as we all can be. And I say that to say this. I'm a legit top 5 YouTuber if I take this thing serious, y'all. I'm not just talking about top 5 in the therapy space. I'm talking about top 5 on the platform, baby. Now, I know y'all are probably thinking I'm crazy. My body of work in no way validates that way of thinking. The point I'm trying to make here is I have a lot of potential that has gone untapped. But this is the year that I tap into that potential. This year, my focus is hovering around 3 different things regarding this channel. First, it's about finding and refining my own style. Second, experimenting with different types of video formats. And third, growth and consistency. Let's break it all down. First, when it comes to refining my own style, this is simply just me finding my own identity on camera. As of right now, I'm awkward on camera. It's painfully obvious, but I think I have a solid foundation to work off from. Second, This goal honestly piggybacks off my previous one. I want to experiment with different types of videos. As of right now, my bread and butter has always been educational videos, where I teach and educate about different topics regarding mental health. But my most popular video that has helped me get half of my subscribers stepped outside the topic of mental health and was a video about me talking about how to open up your own private practice. I'm still going to make a lot of educational videos, but I'm going to try and branch out on delivering new styles of content. I'm going to be making some vlogs. You guys obviously like being in my business. You see the pun I did there? So I'll continue to update you guys on how my private practice is doing. And I might even do some live streaming so I can actually interact with some of you guys. This is my most important goal for the year, and trying out different content styles sounds like a lot of fun. As of right now, I have a couple of weeks of content lined up, so I have a bit of a buffer to hopefully release a consistent stream of videos. The goal is to release at least 20 long-form videos this year. Outside the goals that I can control, there's also the goals that I have that are outside of my control, and they're simple. 10,000 subs, get monetized, and earn $10,000 from content creation. So, with all that being said, we are now at the worst part of the video, the end. But before I go, I want to thank a lot of you guys that have been supporting me over the past few months, even when I wasn't posting any content. I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of you guys, letting me know how great and helpful some of my videos have been, how I've made some of you guys laugh, and how I've educated you with some of my videos. And you remember that video that bombed, my death anxiety video? It is now my best performing video regarding its view to like ratio. So let me just take a moment and thank all you guys that have been supporting my content over the past couple of months. I really appreciate you subscribing to me, even though I haven't posted anything in over a year. I'm gonna start rolling out some new content and see what kind of fruit it bears. I love you guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, join the family, and I'll see you in the next brand new video next week. God bless. As of right now, I'm awkward on camera, and I got some work to do to be more natural.
Don't add shit. You can't do it. You're awkward.